Hey Chips, welcome back to my chaotic world. Today I am going to address just the differences in between where I come from, Lombard, Illinois, suburbs of Chicago, to Mount Pleasant, Michigan. There are a lot of differences and it's like a whole nother world over there, to be completely honest. So let's jump right in. So coming from a suburb, from a big city, we still have a lot around. And thinking about the difference, like geographically, it has a lot of like fields and cornfields and just like open space. And like around me, I don't really have that. We have like one forest preserve, like a town over. I know that's different, but that's like the most relevant thing. My suburb, it's like so many houses, a lot of apartment complexes, just like Mount Pleasant, but then outside of that, it's like more buildings, more businesses, companies, etc., etc. Not to say that Mount Pleasant doesn't have a bunch of fast food and all that fun stuff. My suburb is, I would say, almost overpopulated with businesses and people, so it is very different. Even coming into Mount Pleasant, the route that I take, my drive is like a lot of just fields, and trying to think of like the nearest place that it's like that, to me, there's not really one. Another big difference is that everyone in Mount Pleasant and Michigan really has so much Michigan pride. Anyone who's from Michigan, you can tell because their cars have stickers on them. Everyone is repping, you know, the Michigan jewelry, and everyone just has a lot of Michigan pride. It's really awesome actually to see, because no one from Illinois wears shirts that say home, where the O is the shape of Illinois, you know, so it's actually really cool to see how much pride everyone has in their home state. When moving away to college, it's completely normal and really common to experience homesickness. Not even just missing your family, but missing just your home, your own bed, your bedroom. It's totally normal and completely common to feel homesick. When you're moving away to college, you're going from something you've been used to for generally like your whole life, or at least the last few years, and then you're moving sometimes out of state like I did, and it's just completely different. The people around you are brand new. The social norms are even different. Like, one thing I've experienced is like the stoplights. A lot of times in Michigan, I have encountered like the flashing yellow or the flashing red, like at night or whatever, at an intersection, and that like doesn't exist by me. So something else is that being in the suburb of a giant city, we always have access to that city. So what's normal for us, me and my friends here and even my family, is just to hop on the train and go into the city during the weekend, or after school one day when it's nice out, you know. So not having that access to a giant city, transportation into a big city with so much to do, that's a lot different. So it's a lot about finding what you love and finding that around you in Mount Pleasant. For me, that has become, on nice days, just hammocking with my friends, or like going down to Chippewater's park and hammocking, or just hanging out in nature. It's a lot different than just being in a big city, but it's something really cool that I found that I really enjoy. So a lot of that is just finding something you love that is gonna be different, but embracing that into the place that you're in. The whole idea of homesickness is probably gonna be taken to a whole nother level when I get to France, just because I'm a heck of a lot farther. I'm gonna be like halfway across the world, which is really exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking just because it's gonna be a place that I'm so not familiar with, but it's gonna feel kind of like it did when I moved into Mount Pleasant for the first time at Central. Another major difference is just that Mount Pleasant is a college town, and where I'm from, there's not a ton of people who are my age who live right around me. So it's just a very different atmosphere when there's a ton of people who are your same age and are doing all the same things that you are. Everywhere you go, you really have the likeliness of seeing someone that you know, and around here you don't exactly have that. And I think one last difference that I should touch on is proximity to water. Even though Mount Pleasant is in Michigan, I'm a lot closer to water where I'm from than when I'm at school, because it's like a 30-minute drive and then you're at Lake Michigan for me, but then at school you pretty much have to go 2 hours to hit any lake. I'm kind of used to having that safety net of water, and when I'm in Mount Pleasant, it's not exactly the same. Alright Chips, that's all for today's video. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you have any ideas or anything that you want to see in particular, leave a comment down below and we can do our best to make that happen. In the meantime, stay maroon and golden.